ready to play.
A house with a door. Windows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to play?
Here's a house. Here's a door. Windows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to knock? Turn the lock. It's play school.
Hello, I'm Virginia.
Hello, I'm Gordon.
Hello, I'm Ian.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
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 Hello. I used to know him. The good old black and white days. Did you make it all up as you went along? Didn't you feel silly doing all that stuff? Excuse me. Oh, yes, that was another question. How did it all begin? Well, for me, it all began when I heard that a new program was being made for children, so I thought I'd just go along and have a chat.
So we chatted a bit, and she asked me if I was good with children, and I said no, and all those kind of things. And eventually, she looked down underneath her table, and she said, "Get in that box." I said, "Pardon?" She said, "Get in that cardboard box and row out to sea." So I thought, well, it's a fairly calm day, isn't it? And I took some quells for... It was a very similar box. I think I was a bit slimmer then. Anyway, so I got in the box, you see. And not only thingy, but there were two thingies there. Two ladies watching me. So I was in this box, and they're now towering over me. So I thought, well, all right, let's go. So I got the oars, and I rowed out. Well, it was a lovely day. It was beautiful. Once I got out there, you know, it was beautiful. Nobody about. There were a few little clouds scudding, and seagulls. Cue Percy Edwards. Seagulls. And, which I never mentioned at the time, but there was this mermaid I met. She was on a little rock, and anyway, and then eventually, I was out there for about half an hour. I think, oh, I did some fishing. I caught a Wellington boot full of custard, and they liked that. One of the thingies, you know, I think she was head of thingy then. She laughed. So I thought, right, I'll go back in now. I've got to laugh. So I rowed back in, and I got out of the box. That time I got out of the box. So I got out of the box and stood there, and she said, "Very good. Now, would you like to do a proper audition?"
As it turned out, that was nothing. 5 scripts would come through the door. You'd feverishly flick through to see what delights they held for you. Oh, no, not a worm again. And a pig. Now, Gordon was very good at pigs.
And I go looking for food, like a pig does. And he goes in all the mud, and that's why he's got this funny face. And he goes... If you look closely, you'll see he's got this very funny face that goes something like that. You try? Well, while you're trying to be a pig in the farmyard, in all the mud, looking for food, I'm going to have a little sleep. But I'm keeping an eye on you.
While he's sleeping, let's pursue the animal theme. Mime expert Derek Griffiths and Carol Chell having a whale of a time.
horse's tail, yes. Yeah. And the horse, and he goes along and he goes...
Hello.
Hello.
What a splendid tail.
Ah.
You make a lovely horse. I've got a special surprise for you.
Ooh.
Sugar lumps.
Ooh.
I thought he'd like that.
And here's Tony Arthur.
Things sound different when you've got your hands over your ears. You try and do it with me. Bark like a dog and put your hands over your ears when I do.
I wonder if you can purr. Let's try it together, shall we? You need a lot of breath, and your tongue has to go inside your mouth. Here we go.
What a very eager young man.
Are you doing it?
Stuart can do it.
Not very easy, is it? It makes your tongue all tickle. Do it again, just once. I think meowing is much easier. Let's do some meowing. Meow! Meow! When a cat wants to be friendly and he rubs up against your leg, he goes like this, doesn't he? And then, when he's begging for something, and he wants his food and milk, he goes, Row! Row!
Well, I thought I'd like to try playing to be a dog, but it's very difficult because my two back legs are longer than my front ones, so I have to sort of do it like that, you see.
Poor Gordon's doing the whole menagerie.
Let's see, what can we do now? They go, well, they'll bark, won't they? They go, row, 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 row. You try and do that? Row, 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 row. And then sometimes when they're tired or they're just woken up, they stretch and they go like this. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. And then sometimes, you know, if they're listening to some music, they start to howl. Try and sing with it, like this.
One of the better play school voices.
Can you try and do that?
Two friendly dogs met in the lane. Barked most contentedly. And barked once again. How do you do? How do you do? And how do you do again?
Carol with one of the very important finger rhymes.
You do that. You do that and then wave your horns at me like this. Then he goes, moo, moo, moo. And another thing a cow does, when he's eaten the grass, he keeps it all in his cheeks down here like this. And then he eats it later, and that's called chewing his cud. And he goes...
Note that this cow is a boy. No time for retakes in the old days.
I've got to get in this end.
Ah,
There's the,
dressing up day.
There's the tail.
That was always on a Tuesday.
Swishy tail. So I'll just get underneath here now.
No idea who's in the front.
Oh.
Just do up the press fasteners inside so it can stay together.
Uh-huh.
Just one more.
Oh, I found something here.
What?
The mouth.
What about it?
It works.
It's moving. Right, well, I'm all ready this end. Just let me find my tail. There. There we are. So, let's go.
Ready?
Yes, which foot shall we start with?
I'll start with the left.
Well, I better start with the right then.
Right, here we go.
Well, eventually, of course, when a baby bird has grown a bit, when the mother has fed it with a lot of worms and grubs and things. And then the baby bird grows lots of feathers, and there comes a time when it has to learn to fly, to take its first flight, which is quite an exciting day. It has to get on the edge of the nest, and then try to spread its wings a bit. It's quite nervous. And the mother's sitting on a branch somewhere near going, come on, jump. Ready? Very pleased with itself, because it managed it. Would you like to try that? Just pretend that you're a bird. Don't get on anything, will you? Because you can't fly, you know that, don't you? Right. So, right, pretend you're a bird, and now you're going to go from this branch onto another branch. Just try the wings first. Are you ready? Go! One more try, I think. Yes. Onto another branch. Right. Oh, more confident this time. Yes. Of course, there were more convincing livestock around.
Who do you think's in here? Is anybody at home? Can you hear anything? It's very quiet for a change. Did you see somebody? Hello, Katoo. Come on, let's see you. There you are. Now you can have a good look round.
Thanks to Katoo, quite a lot of presenters now lack the odd digit.
But, you know, Katoo has to stay in his cage when Katoo and Sparky are here together because sometimes he might be a little bit naughty and start to scrap. So he's much better off safely in here.
Look what I've got. This is our pet mouse. Not 4 and 20, just 2.
That's Virginia Stride.
Can you see them? Look. They're pet mice, and they're white. They've got pink eyes. Shall I ask them their names? What's your name? Henry. And what's your name? Well, I might have guessed. It's Henrietta. They're lovely names, aren't they, for mice? Look. They're very friendly. They're not a bit frightened. Well, they would be if there was a lot of noise. I'm going to put them back in their house. This is their house. It's called a mouse house.
Those two kept us supplied for years.
You go in first.
Come on, out you come, mice. They're all hiding at the back. Come on, out you come. Have a run round. Any more? Come on.
That's their travelling box.
Is there one more left? Yes, there is. Right at the back. I nearly left you behind.
They were the only
There you
ones
are.
who could
Have a
afford to
run
travel
round,
by
mice.
taxi. Do not adjust your set.
These small animals are called gerbils. They're a little bit like mice, only can you see, they've got fairy tails. There's a family of gerbils here. We've got the father, this is the big black one here, and his name's Sooty. And then the little baby ones, they're called the sweeps.
Well, now I'm going to show you another animal house. This is where our pet rabbit lives. And it's called a hutch.
The house, not the rabbit.
Can you see him? He's eating a biscuit at the moment. Come on. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Now, look at old Peter. You look very smart with that red ribbon on. Yes, you do.
Emma Thompson's mum, Phila Delore.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. There. There we are. Don't you look smart? I've got a treat for you. Some lettuce. Look. We're going to eat some birthday cake later on, but he doesn't like birthday cake, so I brought him some lettuce. I don't think he'll eat it now because he doesn't like eating things out of his cage, but you will like it later on, won't you? Yes. We'll put you back in and you can eat it there. That's it.
I'm trying to draw Benjamin's head all in one piece. He keeps moving about there. That's not much help, is it? Do you think it looks anything like him?
And this is Elizabeth's visitor. It's grey, with a white collar and long ears. It's a rabbit. See, Elizabeth's been a bit lonely since Pippa died, so we're going to introduce the rabbit, who's called Buffy, to Elizabeth. Buffy, meet Elizabeth. Elizabeth, meet Buffy.
Elizabeth, by the way, is a guinea pig. And here's another Liz. Liz Watts.
This is a new rabbit today. Just turn around and you can see her. She's a new visitor to Play School and her name is Becky. She's very like Mopsy here, the same colouring, because she's the same kind of rabbit called a Dutch rabbit. And also, she's Mopsy's cousin. Buffy's getting a little too old to come to Play School every week, so Becky's going to come instead. She's the hungry one today, too. They seem to be getting on well together.
You've got to be very careful how you hold a puppy, too, because if you don't be careful, they might slip down and hurt themselves. This is the best way. Tuck it under the arm and hold it under his tummy like that. Perhaps you've heard her singing, have you? Yes, there she's singing again now. Haven't you? Oh, dear. You want to go to bed, do you? Now, I'll put her down on my lap now that I'm sitting here like this. See? Now, there you are. All the fur's coming off on my trousers. Yes, isn't it? She's been washing my knees. Look. Do you think they're dirty? They think they need cleaning, do they? Oh, dear. Well, I think I know what I'll do. I'll sing her a washing song just to cheer her up. Yes, shall I? All right? Listen. Oh, wash your dirty knees. Wash your dirty knees.
Do you think the words are written on the floor? We all tried that one.
Are you ready?
Valerie Pitts. The toys needed as much attention as the animals.
Wash your dirty face. Wash your dirty face. Scrub each cheek every day of the week and wash your dirty face. There now, Humpty, I think you look much better. Don't you think you look better? Look in the mirror. There.
I'll swear there were moments when the toys came to life.
Put your hat on.
Look at that.
Got it quite straight, have we? There you are, Humped.
Have a look at what the toys are wearing. Now, there's Hamble in a feather scarf called a boa. Rather smart. And Big Ted has got a waistcoat on with buttons down the front.
Little Ted? Well, he's just got a very smart bow tie on. And here's Jemima. A nice straw hat with all flowers round the edge. And I've got this hat to wear.
And there's one person not dressed yet. Who do you think it is? It's Humpty. Come out from under there. Says he's got his eye on this rather smart sun hat. Do you like to wear that? All right, then. There you are.
And how about these? How about these to go with the hat?
Oh, sunglasses. What a good idea. Put them on. See if they fit. Oh, yes, look at that. Now you're all set to go out in the sun. Well, we'll put those on again later. Don't need them now.
What's next then, Big Ted? Huh? Yes, right. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present for your amusement and approbation the amazing, the amusing, the alluring airborne acrobats, your very own little Ted and Humpty.
What is he wearing?
Thank you, Maestro. Thank you.
Skiing, Jemima? You do? Have you noticed Jemima's ski clothes? She's got a striped shirt on, just like I have. And she's got her ski pants, just like I have. And here are her skis. You know, you could make skis for your toys. You just cut out the shape of skis from a bit of cardboard. And I've put elastic bands round Jemima's legs and the skis, or you could use string. And these are ski sticks.
Pretty lethal knitting needles, in fact.
They help to push.
There will have been letters about those.
As you're going down the mountainside. Now then, let's have one more turn, Jemima, and then you must take your skis off so that Teddy can borrow them, right? There we are. Now I've got to take your skis off because Teddy hasn't got any of his own. What? Jemima, I'm very sorry, but he's been waiting very patiently, and you have had lots of turns. No, you can't have another one. It's Teddy's turn.
We had to bring them up properly, you know.
Now, you...
Even if by the ear.
Where can we put you to watch Teddy have a ski? Will you sit up there, do you think?
She won't sit up anywhere.
No, I don't think you will. I think you better sit there where Teddy was. There. All right, if you want to lie down with the socks, you can. There we are, Teddy. Are you getting excited? Come on, then, let's put your big feet into these skis. I hope they fit you. One ski. And two skis. All right, are you ready? You're not frightened. Oh, Teddy, really? A great big thing like that. Come on and don't be so silly. Listen, don't let Jemima know you're frightened, for goodness sake. Ready?
Julie's calf. Well, I brought the toys out for their treat to Julie's calf.
That's Lionel Morton.
But it's one of the toys not here. Can you see who it is? Humpty. Still, I don't know where he is, but I suppose he'll be along later.
Ah, good afternoon,
afternoon.
sir. How nice to see you, and good afternoon, toys. May I take your guitar?
No, I'll keep my guitar.
I
Thank
see.
you.
Now, how many is it seats for?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to come yet. That's 5, and myself 6, please.
A table for 6?
Yes.
Yes, I think this table would do fine. Can I help you with the toys?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Big Ted, if you'd like to sit there, I think you'll find you're very comfortable. And Miss Hamble, if you'd like to sit here. There. That's a particularly comfortable seat, I know. There. But do try and sit up.
Julie could be very strict with them.
Jemima. Ah, yes, well, you can't lie down while you're having something to eat. Now then, perhaps I can ask you to give me your order. Choose something to eat from the menu.
Oh, yes, lovely. Thank you. Let me see. Sausage and chips, egg and chips, jelly, ice cream.
Health
all
food.
Very nice. Let me see. Jemima, what would you like? Oh, Jemima said she'd like jelly.
Jelly for Jemima. That's a good choice.
And Hamble? Oh, Hamble would like ice cream.
Ice cream.
Mhm.
Yes.
What about the 2 Teds? Big Ted and Little Ted. Oh, of course. Bread and butter and honey, please.
Ah, yes. Well, bread and butter and honey aren't exactly on the menu.
Oh.
But I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you
All
very
right.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and tea and cakes for everybody.
Right.
Thank you. Oh, there's somebody else coming to the cafe. It's quite busy. I wonder who it is.
Good afternoon, Humpty. You've come to join your friends. They're already at the table. May I take your hat and glasses? Oh, you'd like to keep them on? Well, why not? Come inside. Now, if you'd like to sit there. There, now, what would you like to eat?
Oh, well, Humpty says he'll just have some cake.
Just cakes. Right. Cakes. Dear, oh dear. Very hard work being a waitress. You've so many things to remember. Now, let me see. What did I have to get? Jelly for Jemima. Ice cream for Hamble. Ah, yes. Bread and butter and honey for the Teds. And cakes all round. There. Now the jelly.
Stand by for Julie Stevens' special.
Do you like to be a jelly and wobble on the plate? Come on, I'll wobble the plate for you. Are you ready? Again.
You probably had a wibbly-wobbly hand.
Ben Thomas.
And you could have a wibbly-wobbly arm. With wibbly-wobbly shoulders. And a wibbly-wobbly body. Until you're wibbly-wobbly walking. Oh, you can walk the wibbly-wobbly walk. Oh, talk a wibbly-wobbly talk. Oh, wear a wibbly-wobbly ties and wink at all the pretty girls with wibbly-wobbly eyes. Oh, they all smile, wibbly-wobbly smiles when the day is dawning. For all through the wibbly-wobbly walk, they get a wibbly-wobbly feeling in the morning. Try it with me if you like. You've got enough room. Start very slowly at first, else you might get tied up. Oh, you can walk the wibbly-wobbly walk. All talk a wibbly-wobbly talk.
All wear the wibbly-wobbly ties and wink at all the pretty girls with wibbly-wobbly eyes. Oh, we all talk the wibbly-wobbly talk. And when the day is dawning, we all smile, have a wibbly-wobbly smile and get a wibbly-wobbly feeling, just a wibbly-wobbly feeling.
Followed by a rather static feeling.
Do you know the one about a fish that goes like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. Well, that's the one we're going to sing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again.
Why did you let it go?
Because it bit my finger so.
Which finger did it bite?
This little finger on the right.
One,
2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6,
7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again.
Why did you let it go?
because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite?
This little finger on the right.
Ah, Bit and Bot, the goldfish.
One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chimney pots all in a row. When along came a fussy old crow. He liked sitting on number 6, and on no other chimney pot would he go.
Some of these songs were so complicated.
No number 1, no number 2, no number 3 or 4, no 5 or 7, 8, 9, 10, though they're much the same, I'm sure. Only number 6 would suit that fussy old crow.
That's Stuart McGugan.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chimney pots all in a row. When along came a fussy old crow. He liked sitting on number 1, and on no other chimney pot would he go. No number 2, no number 4, no number 5 or 3, no 6, no 7, no 8, 9, 10. There's only one number for me. 1, it must be 1, said that fussy old crow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2.
When we weren't counting up, we were counting down.
6, 7, 8, 9,
10 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 9 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 8 play school cakes waiting here to go.
8 play school cakes waiting here to go.
By now, the success of the programme was worldwide.
This one is for Switzerland.
This for Austria. So
There'll be
6 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out, leaving 5 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out, leaving
4 cream cakes in Julie's shop, Julie's shop, Julie's shop. 4 cream cakes in Julie's shop, big and round with a cherry on top. Along came Jemima, hungry one day, took a cake and munched it away.
3 blue pigeons, 3 blue pigeons, 3 blue pigeons sat on a wall. Now you blow.
Then 2 small stars danced in the sky. 2 small stars that shone so bright were dancing about in the sky one night. A cloud came slowly creeping by.
So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There was 1 in the bed, and the little one said, that's me.
There. Did you like that then, little Teddy?
Yes, he did.
Can you hop? Try one leg. Bit more difficult than jumping. First of all, start off on one leg.
When we weren't counting, we were balancing.
Standing on one leg isn't easy.
Floella Benjamin.
Come on, 2, try it, everyone. With 1 foot in the air, you wobble about everywhere. That's how it's all done. Balance
Carol
yourself
Ward.
up on one leg. Wave your arms
Eric
about
Thompson of Magic Roundabout fame.
Then jump up very high, so you nearly touch the sky. Then hop, hop, hop around everywhere.
difficult on the other leg, isn't it? Good gracious. Eric's very good at it.
Very easy. When you've got something to put your foot on. You know, I like playing soldiers. When I was a little lad, I had some toy soldiers. Now, do you remember that marching song about the grand old Duke of York? Let's have that, and we'll do some marching. All right? Ready? Go. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Did you do that? Did you sing it? Well, we'll do it again. And this time, you either sing it, or you march it, or you can sing it and march it. All right?
Or do it with your hands, like Delia.
Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again.
And when they were up, they were up. Or you're behind, like Johnny.
They were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down.
Oh, the grand old Duke of York.
Or with a very bright shirt.
He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. Did you get it? Here's another one.
Let's all clap together, clap together. Let's all clap together, clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap this away, clap, clap that away. Clap, clap all the day, clap, clap, clap.
You do this with us, will you? Next one is wave.
Wave. Let's all wave together, wave together. Let's all wave together, wave, wave, wave.
What about the colour coordination?
Wave, wave all the day, wave, wave, wave. Let's laugh. Shall we laugh this time? Right. Let's all laugh together, laugh together. Let's all laugh together, laugh, laugh, laugh. Laugh, laugh this away, laugh, laugh that away. Laugh all the day.
Let's cry.
Cry. Let's all cry together, cry together. Let's all cry together, cry, cry, cry. Boo this away, boo that away. Boo all the day, boo, boo, boo. Let's all bounce together, bounce together.
Julie's at it again.
Together, bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce this away, bounce, bounce that away. Bounce, bounce all the day, bounce, bounce, bounce. Let's all look at the clock together, clock together. Let's all look at the clock together. Look, look, look. Look, look this away, look, look that away. Look, look all the day. Look, look, look.
This is our clock with a special chime.
Very elegant in the old days.
Let's have a look at our clock today, shall we?
Terry Holland.
And can you see it? It says a different time from any other time we've ever seen in Play School. And the little hand is just past the 12. Only a tiny little bit past. And that means that it's something past 12. And the big hand is a quarter of the way around the clock. And that means that it's a quarter past 12. And that's a completely new time for us, isn't it? I wonder what's round our clock today.
The bass was always a clue to the story. Hiawatha, maybe?
Let's have a look at our clock and see what time it says today. The long hand is pointing straight up, so that means it's something o'clock. And the short hand is pointing to the 4. So today Our clock says it's 4 o'clock.
See if you know what time it says today. Do you know? Well, the long hand, that's pointing straight down. So that means it's past something. And the short hand, that's pointing halfway between the 12 and the next number. And so today the clock says 12:30.
The long hand is pointing straight up, so it must be something o'clock. And the short hand is pointing to the number 1. So today the clock says 1 o'clock. And there's a big old clock to go underneath on the turntable.
Tick-tock, time to have a look at the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
You know what time the clock says today? Well, the long hand's pointing straight up, so that means it's something o'clock. And the short hand's pointing to the number 1. So today the clock says 1 o'clock. Have a look underneath. A pile of furniture.
Can you see what time it says on Cuckoo's clock today? Well, the long hand's pointing straight up, so that means it's something o'clock. And the short hand's pointing to the number 4. So today the clock says 4 o'clock.
Good gracious. Is that the time? Yes, it's something o'clock. Time for a non-commercial break.
You see if you can tell what they're advertising.
Here's a sort of a biscuit shape. A long square shape. Here's a good one. What about that one there? Do you know what was in there?
To make the batter, I've used some flour,
Note the subtle blanking out.
eggs, milk, and a pinch of salt.
And this old cereal packet.
I wonder who made
The
those.
case for the clock. Put the face onto its case.
Ah, and now for what was probably the most popular part of the show, guessing the window.
Our 3 magic windows can open wide to show both town and countryside.
I don't know which one to look through. I know, I'll say a rhyme. Try my, let me think of one. Start off. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Through which window shall we go? Through the round or through the square? I've made up my mind. We'll go through there, through the arched one. Come on.
Each peach, pear, plum, I'll choose that one. You have a look through the arched window.
Have a look. Through the arched window.
Well, now, behind me are those 3 magic windows. Do you remember I told you about them before? In a moment, I'm going to look through one of them. You can look too if you want to. The trouble is, I don't know which one to look through. Will you help me decide? Shall we look through that one? No, I don't think so. No. What about this one? The round one?
It is a problem, isn't it?
No, I don't feel like looking through a round one today.
I've guessed it.
Well, there's only one left. What about this one?
Which leads us very nicely into the magic of dressing up and imagination.
There we are. 12 feathers in the headdress. And when an Indian chief has a feather in his headdress, that means he's won a battle for every feather he's got. So that means I'm an Indian chief and I've won 12 battles. All right? Have you got the paper clip?
Where did you put it?
There.
Are you going to put it on then?
Yes. Would you
All right.
clip it
Yes.
round the back of my head?
That's it.
Just clip the paper together.
Here.
Don't clip my head.
Yeah, mind you here. Now. Let's see. No. Hang on a minute. It won't go on. That's it. Perfect fit.
All right? There are now I'm big chief sitting down. I'm going to give this headdress to Teddy.
Oh, that's a good
Let
idea.
him put it on.
Let's dress our Teddy as a Red Indian. We could use that coloured towel for a blanket.
All right.
Right, now
Let's sit him on the box.
The useful box housed everything under the sun.
You all right? There's the back.
He's got the same size head as you. Oh, look.
No, he hasn't.
Come
He's got a
on,
bigger
Danny.
one. Won't go on.
That's it.
There you are. Can you see? Yes. Ooh. Can you do that? Well, that's an Indian war cry. And if Virginia and I do it again, you do it too. You ready? Come on, then.
I'm going to do it like this.
All right.
All right?
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. It's easy, isn't it?
Let's do it again, shall we?
All right. You ready?
We're getting ready to go on a journey.
We're going on a journey into space. We're going to pretend to try and get to the moon.
Of course, people can't really go to the moon.
Little did we know it was just one small step away.
Well, Humpty's all ready. He's got his clothes on. And I've got my clothes on, too, especially for the journey into space. I've got some nice, flat, black shoes on. You see, they're good for walking around in space if I want to.
This script was not written by a scientist.
Which are nice and warm, because it can be very cold in space. And then I've got a nice, warm, long-sleeved dress on. And it's got a square, oblong design round there, and some stripes down the skirt. And I've got a special helmet, too. See what it's got on the front? Play school flower. I'll put it on. There we are. You see?
Now I'm a queen.
And I'm the king. How do you do, Your Majesty?
How do you do, Your Majesty?
Oh, like most people, only except when it's raining, then I get the top of my head wet.
Oh, I'm a jolly pillar box painted red. I don't get any food, I eat letters instead. When I keep my mouth open wide, wait and see what pops inside. When I get ill, when I feel pale, just fill me up with royal mail. Oh, I'm a jolly pillar box painted red, standing on the corner night and day. Oh, it leads to boredom. So, up and away, twice round the block does me some good. Keep on moving all the day. If I could, well, a jolly pillar box painted red. like me have to stay in one place. So here I am with a grin on my face.
Look, I found this wig and these gloves on the pegs.
Paul Danquah.
And there are some for Virginia, too. Here she comes. I think I'll give her a surprise.
Well, where's Paul? Good gracious. I see. A live Jack-in-the-Box.
Yes. There's a wig and some gloves for you.
Oh, good.
And here's another box for you.
All right. Now then, let's see if I can put this on. Is that right? Is that right?
You look like a Jack-in-the-Box.
That's it. Now, I'll put one glove, and then 2 gloves.
Are you ready to go down now?
Yes.
Let me help you. In you go, Jack-in-the-Box.
Heavens, they're very big, aren't they?
Can you fit in?
I don't know. Well, I should think so. Wouldn't you? If you can fit in, I can. There.
Now, you go down, and I'll say a little poem which will bring you up.
All right.
Ready? Jack-in-the-boxes curl up tight. Nobody knows they're inside. But if you gently lift the top, up they pop.
All right. Now, you go down, and I'll say the rhyme.
Right.
The Jack-in-the-Box curls up small, and nobody knows he's there at all. But if you gently lift the top, up he'll pop. I know what. Let's play a game.
Oh, yes.
Now, when I look at you, you go down.
Yes.
And when you look at me, I'll go down.
Right.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Go.
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 Go. I know what. Let's go faster and faster and faster and faster and see if we can do it, shall we?
Right.
All right.
Ready?
You look at me first, all right?
Okay. Ready?
Oh, goodness me.
You feel tired, Jack-in-the-Box?
I'm very hot. It's a lot of exercise being a Jack-in-the-Box.
Yes.
I think
Let me
I'm
help
going
you.
to find a quiet little corner and have a rest now.
All right.
Oh, I better leave my gloves and my wig. There we are. I'll leave them on my box.
Good.
I'll see you later.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
I'll get out now. Time for some exercises.
We're doing some exercises. You do some exercises as well.
We do the same thing again.
I think so.
Thought it was rather lovely.
Oh, it's hard work.
Very tiring, isn't it? But now we can have a rest because it's story time.
Once upon a time, there was a merchant, and he had 3 beautiful daughters. One day he had to go on a very long journey, so he asked them what they would like him to bring them back as presents. But the youngest one, called Beauty, didn't want anything grand and expensive,
And they all had to be memorized.
Bring me a rose, she said. That's all I want. But when he came back, it was winter time, and he couldn't find a rose anywhere. Everything was snow and ice, and the trees were bare, and the wind was blowing. And he got very tired and very hungry, and presently he lost his way. And then, all of a sudden, just as it was getting dark, he saw a huge hedge in front of him, and it was simply covered in roses. Well, the merchant didn't stop to think. He picked a rose, and off he went on his way. When all of a sudden, he heard a tremendous roar behind him. Yes, like that. And turning round, he saw this terrible beast. Well, this beast, from his waist down, he had the body of a man dressed in rich velvet clothes. But his head was fierce and shaggy, like a wild beast.
How dare you steal my roses?
Well, I'm sorry, but I didn't know they were yours.
Whoever steals my roses must die.
But if I die, my daughters will be left all alone in the world. Oh, please spare me and let me go back to them.
Very well, but on one condition. You must send me the first thing you see when you get home. Whatever it is, the first thing you see, you must send me.
All right, all right. Well, the merchant hurried away. He was only too glad to get away from this fearful beast. But do you know what the first thing he saw when he got home was? Running towards him out of the house. It was his youngest daughter, Beauty, and she was so pleased to see him that she ran to him as fast as she could. But he cried when he saw her because he knew that he would have to send her to the beast. Ah, Beauty, Beauty, he said, giving her the rose. Think what this rose has cost you. And he told her all that had happened. But Beauty kissed her father and said, don't worry. And the very next day, she set off for the magic garden where the beast lived. And she wasn't a bit frightened.
Well, Beauty, aren't you frightened of me?
I'm not frightened. You're not going to eat me. You wouldn't have such lovely things as strawberries and sugar and cream on your table if you were going to eat me.
I can roar like a lion, too.
I can roar like a lion as well. Arr! Anybody can. Arr! So, Beauty and the Beast sat down, and they drank, and they ate, and the Beast showed Beauty all his lovely things. And they lived together for a year and a day, and they were so happy that they didn't realize time was passing. And then one day, Beauty thought about her father and her sisters, and she was very sad. They will think that I'm dead and that you've killed me. Please let me go home and see them and tell them that you're wrong.
If you go, you will never come back.
Of course I will.
No, you'll forget me. Why should you remember an ugly creature like me?
I won't forget you. I promise.
Very well. Go if you must. But remember, if you don't come back in 3 days, you will never see me again. Here, take a rose from my garden.
So, Beauty went to her home. And she was so happy that she didn't realize the days were passing. And then on the third day, she suddenly noticed the rose that the beast had given her, and she remembered what he had said. She didn't even stop to say goodbye to the family. She ran and she ran and she ran as fast as she could until she reached the magic garden. And at last, she reached the rose bush. And there, lying on the ground underneath, was the poor beast. And he was so still that she thought he was dead. Dear Beast, it's me. I've come back. Wake up and speak to me. Do you know, When he turned over, he wasn't a beast any more. He was a very handsome prince.
And of course, Beauty married the Beast, and they lived happily ever after. And her father and her sisters came to visit them. That's a good story, isn't it?
And here's another one from Ian Lachlan.
There once was a king who loved peace and quiet, hated noises. Everyone in his palace wore slippers, and everyone walked around on tiptoe. Nobody sang, nobody shouted, and nobody told jokes in case they made somebody laugh. But still the king was not satisfied, and he called to his Lord Chancellor.
Lord Chancellor, it's not good enough, you know. It's still too noisy. Yes, it makes a fellow nervous. Listen, listen.
And the Lord Chancellor listened. He turned his head this way, and he turned his head that way, and he wiggled his ears very hard. Couldn't hear a thing.
Oh, but there it is again, said the king. I can't get away from it. It's in every room in the palace. Oh, dear, it's dashed annoying. Do something about it. Pretty quick.
Well, the Lord Chancellor was very worried. Noises in the palace? The palace was the quietest place in the country. Even the cat wore socks, knitted by the Queen, so that his paws wouldn't make any noises in the carpets. Oh, dear. The Lord Chancellor sat down on the king's second-best throne and worried. He didn't know what to do. Oh, dear. And as he was thinking, he heard the noise. A slow, regular ticking noise. But every couple of seconds, he looked around, and there it was, of course, the grandfather clock in the corner. He jumped to his feet. Clocks! And then realized he wasn't supposed to shout. And he said, clocks, very quietly. And he grinned a large grin, and he danced on tiptoe. And he said, of course! There is a clock in every room in the palace. Little ticking clocks, tall talking clocks, old clunking clocks, and dainty little whirring clocks in glass cases. Of course, clocks. He went round the whole palace, and he collected all the clocks into a big sack. And he took it away up to the attic, where the king never went. And he laid all the clocks out very neatly on shelves, and listened. And he thought sadly how wonderful they sounded, all the ticking and talking and clunking and whirring. However, he locked the attic and went way down again and told the king. Well, the king was not pleased.
All the clocks? How shall I tell the time?
We don't need to tell the time by clocks, the Lord Chancellor said. Not at all. He had it all worked out. He was very clever. And he would not have been Lord Chancellor if he wasn't clever.
You see, sire, in the morning when the sun comes in through your window, it's time to get up. And when you can smell the Queen's cooking, then it is lunchtime. When the shadow of your statue in the garden reaches the palace, then it is tea time. And when the cat wakes up and goes out to catch mice, then it is time for bed. We do not need clocks. Well, the new system worked very well. The king at last had his peace and quiet. And the Lord Chancellor was rewarded with a new pair of velvet slippers with curled-up toes. And he was made head clockwinder. That meant he could go up to the attic every day and wind the clocks. Then he would listen to them. Listen to them ticking and talking and clunking and whirring. Boing! Boing! Boing!
clock striking 3 o'clock. You pretend to be a clock with me.
Sometimes we were called upon to stretch our imagination. Listen to this.
I don't think I'd like to be like pyjamas. I'd have to stay indoors all the time.
I'm going to blow my face up like a balloon. You do the same if you like. Right? As puffy as you can, and then we'll let it go just like the balloon. Are you ready?
All right, let out the air. Let's do that again.
Can we?
I'll blow out the balloon first. All right, let out the air.
Bigger, bigger, and bigger.
Johnny Silvo.
I'm being a bubble floating. A bubble floated in the sky to see if he could fly. He floated east, then floated west, and floated right up in the sky.
Anne Morrish.
Can you blow softly like that? Then sometimes the wind blows much harder, usually in autumn or in winter. It blows so hard it blows things about. Sometimes it blows them over.
I think I'll try and be a policeman now. Would you like to try and be one with me? Well, first of all, we must have a hat, a policeman's hat. It's called a helmet. Well, we'll pretend we've got one now. Put our hats on. It goes over the top like that. Pull it down like that. And then the strap, must get it under here so it fits under the lip like that. Makes your lip go like that, you see, and you say, what are you doing down there? You see? Now we've got to have the sleeves on. Pull the sleeves on, the white sleeve, so that the traffic can see what we're doing. Then we have some white gloves. Put the gloves on. Put them right down over the fingers. Now this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. We've got our gloves on, and our sleeves, and our helmet, and the strap going under there. Shall we do that again? First of all, we get the hat, the helmet, put it on, pull it down there like that. Take the strap, pull it under the lip like that, see? And then we put the sleeves on. There, just up to there they come. And up to there. Now the gloves. There. There's a thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Same with the other hand. And with a glove. Put down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. Now, I want you to be a policeman and stop the traffic like that. Because I'm going to be a bus. And I'm going to come and drive right up, and I want you to stop me before I go too far. All right? Ready? Here we go, then. I'll go back here. And now I'm a bus. I'm coming right at you now. Vroom. Get ready. Stop. Shall we do that again? All right. I'll be the bus. You be the policeman. And stop me. Here we go. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Stop. There. Well, now, I think we'll be the policeman again, and we'll go on what is called the beat, when he walks all around the streets to see that all the shops are locked properly and nobody's doing anything they shouldn't do. So let's go marching on the beat, shall we? Off we go then. We come to a corner. We turn round it. Here's another corner. Turn round that. And because there's nobody about, we do a little dance. Oh dear, here's another corner. Turn round. And another corner. Here we are, back again. There.
A car. Perhaps a racing car, which is very low on the ground. To sit right down, you've got the steering wheel, and your feet are out there on the pedals. Off you go, turn on the engine. Brum, brum, brum,
This is Sarah Long.
brum, and it goes very fast. Brum, 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 round the corner. To the straight again. Change gear. We're winning, we're winning. Now, what else?
We are splodges, we are splodges, we are great big
Our many brilliant pianists coped with everything we threw at them. The male splodge is Christopher Tranchell.
splodges. We splodge, we splodge, and we splodge.
Ow. Ow. Can you do it? Ow. Pretend somebody's pinched you. Ow. Pretend you're going to eat a big house. Ow. Now let's do it with the words. How? Now? Brown? Cow.
By George, she's got it.
You do it after me. Ready? How? Now? Brown? Cow.
Marion Diamond.
How? Now? Brown? Cow. You could do that on your own afterwards, couldn't you?
We're going to have some music, and while the music's playing, we're going to sit each toy in turn on the chair. But when the music stops suddenly, then the toy that's sitting on the chair is out of the game.
Jennifer Naden, joined by Rick Jones.
All right,
Who's first?
it doesn't really matter. Jemima, yes, because she's a lady.
Here you are, Jemima.
Teddy's the first out. Sorry, Ted. Here we go. That's it. We'll sit you up here.
Humpty next.
Oh, sorry, Humpty, but you have to leave.
Come on, Humpty.
Right, Jemima, in you go. Poor old Hamble.
Poor Hamble.
Come on, you join the other two.
Jemima's
Sit on
the
top.
winner.
Hooray! Hooray! That's working. As you can see, little Ted is all ready for his football game. He's got his scarf on to keep him warm till the game starts. Nice coloured socks. Doesn't like wearing boots, little Ted. And his shorts and his football jersey. So I think you're all ready for the game. Here we go.
Patrick Abernethy and Chloe Ashcroft.
All ready for a football match? I wonder who's going to score the first goal. Humpty? Humpty's going to be the referee.
Very good idea.
Right.
Okay. We'll pick teams.
Right.
I'm going to play with the Teds.
Right, and I'll play
Little Ted and Big Ted.
with Jemima and Hamble.
Okay, so it's Teds versus the dolls.
Right.
Now we'll have one player on each side on the pitch at
Right.
a time.
Hamble's my first player.
And Big Ted is mine. So, we wait till the whistle blows. Humpty's going to blow the whistle.
Oh, this is getting tense. Oh,
Away we
and
go.
they're off. Hamble's off, dribbling down, nicely down. Oh, she's getting a bit. Oh, nearly in the. Oh, what a lovely save. Kick it, Hamble. That's it, Hamble. Keep going, Hamble. Keep. Oh, Getting
Lost
into
ball.
another ball on
Another
the
ball.
pitch. There we are. Whoa! He's getting in there quick. Oh!
Goal kick.
Right, goal kick. Oh, that's
Another
another ball lost. Right now.
Oh, it's a goal!
Oh! Hamburg.
Next player.
Quick
Next
enough.
player.
Right. Jemima.
Ted next. My star
Jemima.
player.
Jemima's my star player too, right. I'll wait for the whistle.
Wait for it. Okay, Humpty. Away we go.
Beautiful bit of
Oh,
dribbling there.
look at
Oh,
Jemima.
what a lovely bit of...
And it's a goal kick again.
Ah!
Oh!
There, you see, she did the same.
And Humpty's allowed the goal. Well, right. One more goal.
One
more goal.
one all.
I'm going to stick with little Ted.
And I shall stay with Jemima.
Oh,
She's my
because
best
she
player.
cheats. Okay, here we go. Wait for
Just
it.
like Big Ted. Oh, beautiful bit of dribbling there.
Oh, my goodness,
it
it's all
went
over.
in and out, it did.
You win.
What's that? Oh, Humpty says he would like to have a go. You better take off his scarf. And
All right, then.
he'd like Big Teddy to play against.
Okay. Ted is on my side, then. You take off your scarf, Teddy.
Huh?
Let's just sit Hamble up. She's fallen over.
Oh, dear. Whoop.
They fell over every day for 20-odd years.
Watch.
All right.
Yes.
Now, Teddy's my team, Humpty's yours.
Right.
You ready?
Yes.
Off we go, then. Come on, Teddy. We'll beat them.
Oh, oh.
That's one to us, Teddy.
Oh.
We're winning.
Teddy got one. Come on. Come on, Humpty.
Ah,
We got one as well.
that's one goal each now, then, isn't it?
Draw up to now.
We draw, is it?
Yes.
So we're going to carry on.
Right.
See who wins.
Oh!
That's another one to you.
Jolly good.
Off we go, Teddy.
Oh, I'm afraid it's time for us to go. But we'll be back again tomorrow. So goodbye.
Goodbye until tomorrow. All right, Teddy, you say goodbye too.
You know, I think it's time to go now, Virginia.
Ah.
But only until tomorrow.
Goodbye until tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, Noella, you must say goodbye too.
Oh, yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, it's time for us to go, Ma. Until we're on play school again. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Till tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We'd better say goodbye until it's our turn to be here again.
Goodbye. Till
Goodbye.
then.
Now then, I think this will be just right for you.
Good. I'm all ready.
It needs winding up.
Goodbye, until you've rewound it.